Yo, what up? I'm Tahir Moore.
And I'm Patrick Cloud.
And this is another episode of Damn Internet, You're Scary.
Ooh, what's the genre tonight? What's the genre today? What's the genre this morning?
Let's go with 90s hip hop.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Okay.
let's do 90s hip hop. We haven't done that one.
Okay, you feeling 90s bounce rap, or you feeling like you want to do the beat? I don't know why this is the beat.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that is not
a
I
good
don't know
beat.
what drums you're playing.
It wasn't a good beat.
I'll do the rap on this one. You do the beat. All right.
I want to see if I can even make this noise.
Yo, situation's getting hairy. Damn internet, you scary. My mom's on crack. How's she ever gonna come back? I'm watching my little sister and looking at this mister walking up and down the block, aiming at the people with his Glock 9 to your mind. Everybody's out here wasting time. Get on your grind. Situation's hairy. Damn internet, you scary. Damn internet, you scary.
The 90s were a tough time, man. This rapper went through it and back. I was just like, damn.
His mom's on crack. Your mama's on crack rock. That was a real song.
Oh, wow, it sure was. I totally forgot about that.
That was a real song. That's very rude.
Who did that?
I don't know. We have to look that one up. But that was rude of whoever those kids were participating in that saying
was like
your
a
mama's
bully
on crack
song.
rock. It was.
Your mama's on
Crack
rock.
rock. You think I wanted that from my mother?
the dogs. The dogs. Wow.
Well, that kind of says it all. You dirty dog, you.
What's the song? Jump around, jump.
House of Pain.
Jump around. I was trying that. Believe it or not, that's the beat I was trying to do. And as soon as I started, I was like, "This isn't good.
That was not it.
This isn't 90s." You know the little whistle sound, like the whir,
Yeah.
whir. I can't do it.
Shout out to them because that video went mad viral with that dog dancing in the box. Like he was like bouncing in that box. You see that?
Yeah.
He was bouncing to jump around. Then House of Pain.
How the heck do you make that sound with your mouth? Whir.
I don't think you're gonna be able to do it though.
Do you know what I'm talking about though?
No. That's not.
That's chopped and screwed.
Okay,
good.
You might have to do a whistle.
That was a tough beat to choose.
Yeah,
I should have done Mobb Deep or something.
Yeah, Mobb Deep was something Mobb Deep. I thought you were gonna go with like an old school bebop, like.
All right, the song was tight. Genre-wise, I didn't do great. That was good.
We made the best of it. You know what I mean?
You did pretty good.
My mom's so crack.
So speaking of deeply offensive and randomly off-putting things to hear, somebody sent me this. I'm sorry, I forgot who it was. This is, I guess, considered a hits joint fact or just a statement. Hey, you quit? Did you quit?
I did.
Good stuff.
Hey man, back off of it. Man.
Cheese is just a loaf of milk. Which is awful, but it's true. Cheese is a loaf of milk.
It took a minute for me to register. I was like, "What? How is it?" But it's a liquid.
Yeah.
But if it's in a loaf mold, I guess
it's solid. Solid
it is.
milk would be cheese.
Well, wouldn't it be a loaf of old milk? Because it has to spoil to get to that point.
Right, but I mean,
degree.
With yeast, don't you have to do some wild stuff to make it bread?
What, yeast?
Yeah.
To get it to rise?
Uh-huh.
You just put milk and eggs in it, don't you? And then.
But don't to take it from the, what is the shits you chop to make bread? Wheat?
Wheat?
What do you do to it after that?
You smash it up. You put it into like a dust. I'm not a baker. I don't know.
I want to know.
We got YouTube out here, and he's asking me questions of how Jesus made leavened bread. I don't know, man.
How do you make bread? Because I want to know. How do you take it from the wheat part to the bread part? You ever made bread? I feel like you've made bread in your life.
I mean, we made it at home ec. Like when I was like in middle school, stuff like that. We made bread, like cookies and stuff like that. But now, like I buy the bread that I want. Unless I'm making cornbread. I can make cornbread, but I still need cornmeal and all that to do it.
Oh, these articles are clearly starting from privilege. I'm talking about starting from the wheat fields. I want to see the wheat.
You have to say from scratch there. Like, how do you make bread from scratch?
Let's go to Bread's Wikipedia. I'm sure it's popping.
Yeah, tons of followers.
Sure, it's popping.
I wish I knew somebody that was like Amish. I feel like they would just know. Like, we could just call them, be like, yo, man, how you make bread? Or, what part of your son that? I don't know why I gave my Irish.
Where was that?
He was an Irish Amish. That could happen. That could totally happen.
Here it is, preparation. Okay, cool. Methods, professional bread recipes are stated using the baker's percentage notation. I am bored already. I don't know if I can make it through this.
That's what you get for wanting to know that. Who just wants to know how you make...
I'm so
The skull
bored.
cap is too tight.
I'm so bored.
It's ridiculous.
No. All right, I might be the only other person to be on Bread's Wikipedia besides the person who made it.
He probably comes back every day,
Checking
eating
the
sandwich
stats.
with no meat, just 2 pieces of bread, like,
Checking the
bread.
Oh my God, no.
Bread
I
is
can't.
so heavy, man.
I tried so bad. What's your favorite type of bread? Garlic? Cheesy?
Why, something that
Wheat.
looks like me?
No, that's not even where I was going. I just named my 2 most delicious breads.
I
You kind of look like garlic bread.
I love a good cheesy bread, man. A good like cheesy garlic bread. That's fire. I also like the brown bread with the white oats from Cheesecake Factory.
Is that the ones that come in the basket?
Yeah,
the
the
dark
basket,
brown one.
yeah.
That one's good.
So good with bread. Like fresh. I love places that have fresh bread when you sit down and it's all warm and they got the whipped butter.
Red
Oh,
Lobster.
so
Red
fire.
Lobster.
They sell the bread at Cheesecake Factory in the stores now. You can buy it in the stores now.
I don't know how I feel about that because I know that Red Lobster did that too, and I don't think it's the same. Have you ever tried it?
Nah, I never tried it.
You never tried it?
I've tried it, but I've never tried the cheddar biscuits outside of Red Lobster.
Right. From
Yeah.
in the box.
Yeah, it makes the whole experience part of it. Like, you got to have the cheddar biscuits there. If you do it at home, then it's just not the same anymore. I don't want
It's
to
kinda
sit-
sad.
Yeah.
Like, welcome
Like,
to
oh, man,
Red
but
Lobster.
But I can't afford the lobster that goes with this.
Welcome to Red Lobster, me.
Table for one.
Table for me. You play the waiter. What would you like? Oh, can I get
Just
some
get
cheesy
down-
biscuits? You skip out on the bill.
How may I help you today? Yes, I was just wondering, what's your soup of the day? Oh, wonderful. We have a beautiful tomato biscuit.
Would you ask for the check from yourself and then skip out on it? Wait for yourself to not look. Wait till you're not looking.
That's a ridiculous scenario to actually fully commit to and play out. But if it would be so dumb, I think if somebody did it, it would probably go viral on YouTube. Like, you just playing all the roles. Like,
It's the
check, please.
loneliest day ever. The loneliest day
Just set it
ever.
right there. Be like, I'll be right back. If you like it, I'm sure you will.
I'm gonna do this. I want to do this.
It'll be perfect for you.
This has to air before this podcast comes out.
No, it should air right after it.
It's gonna call. I'm gonna call it the loneliest night in ever.
That's actually the best title for it ever.
I'm gonna go into the kitchen and thank the chef.
And it's just for you and an apron and a hat, just like, welcome.
You're welcome. I prepared it myself.
That's so stupid.
Thank you.
That's
man.
gonna be so funny though. Oh, man.
Oh, and I know exactly how I'm gonna end it too.
Table for one.
So you're gonna have to watch it. It's gonna air right after this. Hopefully, I don't get too excited and
So
post
stupid.
it tomorrow. All right. Well, speaking of stupid things, have you heard of the group of black women who devised an elderly fight club?
You're fucking lying to me.
Guess the state.
You're lying.
I'm gonna always
black
make you do
women?
this.
You say it's black women?
Mm-hmm. I can let you look at them too.
Just based off of that picture, I would have to say Michigan because they look like they're from Detroit.
Not close geographically, but North Carolina.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how, but Detroit, North Carolina for this guest.
I was just looking at the picture. I was like, that look like it's got Detroit written all over it.
She looked like YMW Melly. But 3 women have been charged with creating a makeshift fight club at an elderly care facility in North Carolina.
So wait.
Whoa, that is
Were they
a-
getting the elderly people to fight?
Yes.
That's badass. It's
Here's the
amazing.
thing. The fighters were dementia patients.
Oh, not cool, bro.
And this was all in an assisted living facility. I'm not gonna lie, I gotta see it. I gotta see some video.
That's not good. I thought if they I don't have anything to do with that. Charles, get your ass up. Let's go.
Right. Like
But-
they wanted to.
Yeah, but dementia, they don't know what's happening. They just woke up the next day like, why
Right.
the fuck is my side hurting like this?
I got a knot in my head. That's what's messed up about it. If it were like willingly old people, that'd
Yeah,
be dope.
that would be super dope, but
But who knows? Maybe they didn't want to do it. They were charged and arrested with assault on an individual with a disability in early October, and then I guess they police got a tip in June about elder abuse.
that's somebody
and it
that
was
lost
them.
their bet when it told on them.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
It says that they filmed 2 residents in the special care unit fighting, encouraged them to fight.
That
Which is
I bet
nuts.
that was a slow and sad fight.
Right? I've seen a bunch of viral fights of old people fighting. It's funny. Oh, there were women too.
I just posted a video today of Mike Tyson, and my homeboy had texted to me. It was like, yo, I think I could take Mike Tyson right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it still shows Mike, like, he squatted down so
Oh,
low.
I saw that.
And
He was like doing the punches.
and he did the feet, like that. It's like, bro, he's still Mike Tyson.
That's crazy. I thought because of Hangover, it was like,
Oh,
Yeah.
no. I mean, he was bigger then, but he's back in shape now. He got the podcast going. Mike Tyson would still destroy a regular person.
oh, without even.
I'm
blinking.
thinking up until at least, if he, God bless him, if he makes it to like 70, I'm guessing to 70, he still can knock people
Do
out.
boxers not make it to 70?
Well, I don't know. Like, he's done a lot of drugs in his life and stuff. So, I don't know what effect that's going to have on him. Like, again, God willing, Well, that's not wood. Oh,
There's not a lot of wood in here.
let's just
That's
go with
what-
that.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
go.
good.
But yeah, he still would knock somebody out. I'm pretty sure.
Oh no! It says one of the 3 video people in the video can be heard screaming.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And
I can't hear nobody screaming, so now I gotta watch it on mute.
he said stop. They said stop screaming! Expletive. And then someone also prompts. Someone yells, "Punch her in the face!" These are 2 70-year-old women fighting, by the way.
This is not okay, man. How y'all that bored at work that this is what y'all have to come up with? Y'all like, it wasn't not a nan flow that needed to be swept or mopped. No windows, no food need to be delivered. Everybody had their pills. Y'all just literally said, let's come up with an elderly fight club.
I gotta see this fight.
You are not. You are not going
I
to.
really want to see it though. Low key.
I don't think that. I'm pretty sure they scrubbed it.
You think they took it off?
Yeah.
Complex might have it.
Complex do be having stuff though. I ain't gonna hold you.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nah, I'll find it.
It's probably because of state evidence now. So
Oh, you can't just be putting that out.
yeah, man.
Damn, I mean that's what niggas are doing right now. That's just crazy.
God.
Elderly fight club. I don't like.
My grandma would have got mopped out, man.
Really?
What? My grandma was not about that life.
I don't think my
She was
grandma
a
is
church
either.
going grandma, and then later in her years, she had a walker. My grandma would have got socked out on the hood.
I feel that. My
And
great
she would have been like, stop. That ain't what God want us
on
to
the
do.
hood.
The whole time she gets socked out, she would have been taking it too.
And my grandma, I don't think she got extension like that. You know? I don't think she got that.
Now my granddaddy would have tried though. Had my granddaddy would have been about that life. My granddaddy was quick to like get into it with somebody. Well into his latter years in life, like he was wilding. I remember one time he took the gun up to the church because he thought the preacher was trying to holler at my grandma.
What?
My grandma was all of damn near 300 pounds, and the preacher was married and had been married and was not looking at my grandma like that. But he didn't
Well, why
like.
did he think that?
My grandma was heavy set. She slipped walking up the stairs one time, and the preacher ran over to help her up. And my granddad didn't like how quick he ran over to help her up
Because she fell though, right?
because she fell.
That's great.
And so he went back home, got his rifle. I'm talking an old school army rifle where it was like just the
A
barrel.
bayonet?
Just no, not
had a knife on it?
It was like literally just the long barrel, and then it had a trigger that like hung down with like the firing pin and mechanism like right on the back of it. But it was no what's the wooden part
stock?
called? Yeah, none of the stock, none of that. Just this like
Oh, like the redcoats?
Yeah, it was. I was like, you out here wilding out, my boy.
Damn, you trying to pick up my wife. That's some gangster shit, though. Just like
My granddaddy
shits
was
regardless.
Oh,
of
he was
logic.
with the shit. My granddaddy stayed with the shit. God wears his soul. He was dope too. My granddaddy was the type of guy. Like you can start your car up and he could like listen to your car and tell you what's wrong with it. Like all my uncles can do that right now.
What? He was like a car whisperer?
Oh man, it was crazy, dog.
That's
like,
pretty
for real,
dope.
For real.
That's actually
That's how I
pretty
learned
dope.
how to work on cars. That's how I learned like how to work at junkyards.
But
and all that.
you can hear
I'm
the
not that
problems?
good. No.
Oh, okay.
I can pretty much tell what's wrong. Like if I ride in your car, I can tell you like, okay, you need your shock plugs replaced, or your idling too hard. You might need something going on with your carburetor, or your car keeps draining when you're trying to turn it over. If it's not your battery, then it's your alternator is draining your battery. So I can tell by riding in the car, but I can't listen to it the way
I need to get on that because I feel like I'm just as vulnerable in the mechanic as anyone. Like I feel like when I walk in, they see me in a blouse and whatever Dorothy wore in Wizard of Oz. That's how they picture me in a mechanic. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know what's
So what's wrong with your car? It's broke.
The window won't roll down.
They be like, perfect.
They hit me with the long list. Actually, you don't have a car. What? How is that one of my problems? You actually don't have a car.
I told you your antenna is broken. That's why I was pulling to the left. It's going to be $6,000.
You have to buy another car. You must buy another car. I'm
man.
gonna watch some YouTube videos.
Yeah, man. A lot of stuff. That's why I love older cars, man. That's why I buy some of the old schools because, man, so many things are easy to fix. You don't have a whole lot of electrical problems.
Oh, because everything's electric now?
No, yeah, everything's electric now. But back then, it was just parts, man. And now things are so cheap because they just make universal parts. It doesn't take much to do. Unless you need a transmission or a complete brand new engine, no part should cost you more than $250 for an old school car.
$250? Really?
It shouldn't.
Even like a classic one?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like no parts should cost you that much more than that, unless it's like I say, like the transmission or a brand new engine. But like most things should cost you less than $250 on an old school car. But you gotta get somebody that knows how to put it on.
Yeah, for sure.
I love old school cars,
that.
man.
I need the knowledge.
The Monte Carlo I got, I'm gonna fix up. And it's gonna be on for sale for anybody that wants it. It's gonna be clean as hell. But
when you selling it, that's the one you were talking about the other day.
Yeah. I'm about to sell it.
Getting rid of that.
About 5 months or so. Yeah, it'll be sale for like $10,000.
Okay, it's a nice little flip.
I mean,
considering what you got it for.
I mean, that's what I'm out here for.
All right, well, moving right along. Did you know how weird Cuba Gooding Jr. was?
I've heard stories, bro. Like I've heard.
Man.
So many stories, and I'm familiar with his brother. I'm familiar with Omar Gooden. We've done some work together, and we, have a lot of friends in the same circle. So I've never said anything too wild or nothing. But Cuba, he be eccentric to say the least.
He's had some stories. There's actually a video of him really drunk at the club that went viral on Twitter.
Yeah, I remember that one.
He was just yelling like, "Suck that baby's dick." I don't know. I still to this day don't know what the context was. But I was just
no context.
I was like, "You're Cuba Gooding Jr. You can't just be yelling stuff like
Suck that baby's dick is always appropriate.
That's the worst thing to yell. Regardless, I don't
it's
know
the
what
worst
context,
thing to do. It's the worst thing.
Like even if Thanos was about to snap the whole earth away, and there was like one prostitute that just had to suck a baby's dick to save everybody, that sentence still don't work.
Hey, but as an end scene right before credits, you see him like. Suck that baby's dick. You be like, yo, this motherfucker got a problem.
I don't know what's going on with old Cuba.
Oh man.
But this is a headline. Cuba Gooding Jr. allegedly told woman to sit on my face, pee in my mouth. That's the headline. Then it goes into detail.
I mean, here's the thing. We talked about this a couple of episodes of people and their sexual fetishes and what they like. That might be his thing. He might like.
Maybe, but remember we also said if you have a crazy fetish like that, be careful how you present it. This was not someone he was dating. This was a stranger. So, basically, he grabbed a female stranger's arm in an LA bar as she walked past him to go to the bathroom. The pair had no prior interaction. He placed his hand on the inside of the woman's blouse, squeezed her boob.
Oh, wow.
And said, "Sit on my face, pee in my mouth." On the way to the bathroom, so I guess she knew she had to go.
I wonder how much of that behavior was caused by alcohol and how much was caused by I'm famous and she should just do this.
I don't know, but those are both bad setups. Because she's actually one of 14 accusers.
Oh, wow.
Alleged for sexual misconduct. So
that's not good.
He's 2 counts of forcible touching, 2 counts of third-degree sex abuse, which I don't know what that is. All misdemeanors involving a pair of the alleged victims.
I will say this: the video they have of Cuba Gooding Jr. getting walked out by the officer with his handcuffed, and he's just like
I did it.
That video
killer.
is so hilarious to me.
Sounds like a serial killer.
Because he looked like he had that is true. Because he looked like he had no cares, like he had no worries, nothing about that bothered him at all. So here we are. That's what.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because it says that someone heard and said leave her alone, and he turned to her and said, "I want her to sit on my face and pee in my mouth." He doubled down.
Hit her with the old double D.
He was like, "No, but I want her to do this." And I'm Cuba Gooding Jr. And it's just like, fam. And then it said, there's a couple of counts of him licking some random girl's neck. He's just overall just as weird as
Radio.
OJ. We went completely different ways, but yeah, he's all over the spectrum right now.
When the cops get called, I'm gonna go right into that character like I was just practicing for part 2.
Oh, method acting? That can't hold up in court. There's no way. There's no way. Leonardo DiCaprio's like, "What? I'm playing a robber."
Damn it, you got him my shot again. Now I have to do it over. Just walk out slowly.
He's like, I'm playing a murder. I gotta know what this feels like. It's like that will never hold up in court. And it's funny, the picture they chose too. It's just like, I did it.
Yeah, he was explaining it. I mean, that's what you gotta understand. When you want someone to pee on your face or in your mouth, when you want somebody to pee in your mouth, you gotta just say it. That's what that picture looked like he was doing. You gotta just say it. You just gotta say it. This is just all around very weirdness coming from the Cuba Gooding, and you can kind of see it in the shadow boxing. I was just thinking of Boys to Men.
Yeah,
I'm not Boys to Men, Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood, which was also a weird story about Boys to Men.
Yeah, coincidentally. Fun fact about Boys to Men: the guy Wanye in Boys to Men who sang probably the most. He has 4 sons, I want to say, and all of them are named Wanye.
So they're all. So wait, can you have a junior, a second, a third, and a fourth all in the same family?
He proved that you can.
So the first one is, I'm assuming, junior.
Yep.
But then his younger brother is the second.
It probably would be the third because right.
Oh right, the third.
Fourth.
So then, doesn't that mean generationally though? Wouldn't the next third have to be
traditionally? That's been the case.
Wow.
But he was just like, "Fuck your tradition."
Fill in my house with Patrick.
I Wanye from Philly, and his sons are in a singing group too. They have their own singing group too.
How are they called? Wanye. The Wanyes.
It's called the Kanye who?
Boys to Wanye. That's wild.
That's super wild. All the same name.
I hate that.
All the same name, bro.
I hate that.
You don't like that one?
No, I hate that.
Take that one on the chin, playboy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like he ruined whatever that is. Whatever that's called, the whole junior generational thing, I think he kind of ruined it.
He took it too far. He definitely took it too far. Why would you do that? There's so many.
I don't know.
It just seems very narcissistic and vain.
I always wondered, who started copying names, right? Because at some point, there was few enough people where there was one John, one Jessica. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody, and I would assume the first name copies came from that, right? So King John would name his son John too. But at some point, another family had to be like, "I want my kid to be that guy's name."
And somebody, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
No, I like his name. You can't think of nothing? No. Peter, again. Like, I always wondered that. Like, when did names start being, like, copied?
I don't know, but I wish I would have been there for the first, like, argument about it. Like, somebody like...
You uncreative bitch.
It doesn't matter. That's what I want to name them.
What's your baby's name? Jessica. Jessica? But I'm Jessica. Yeah, well, you know.
I like it. I like it now. I kind of wish it was mine. It's too late for me. Everybody knows me as Martha, so I'm going to name my daughter Jessica.
That's just a wild thing to think.
I guess I'm flattered. But it really don't matter if you're flattered or not. It's happening.
Right? All right, so I wanted to show you this. There's a flight, because you fly all the time.
All the time. You're ready to take one tomorrow.
So, really?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're also a germaphobe?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Well,
by the way, I just got my test results too, guys. Get tested often.
What, STD test?
Mm-hmm.
What did I have to do with a flight attendant?
Well, germaphobe.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So there was a whistleblower recently.
Mm-hmm.
It was a flight attendant who basically shared a lot of the airline's deep, dark secrets. And she went down this long list, and some of them were shocking and some of them were stupid, but she just blew right past the shocking one. She basically started off with, don't ever order coffee or tea.
Oh, shit, snap. This, because I always... Oh, first of all, let me say this before you tell me why. I think whistleblower is such a horrible name for somebody that comes forward and tells the truth. Because, like, they use that term in the case of this young lady who's telling all this. But they also use it for, like white-collar crimes. Like, if someone knows that their boss is stealing from the company and they're risking the welfare of the said company and all the employees, like, they should be a freaking hero if they tell on that person.
That's true.
Whistleblower
like
has such a negative connotation. You might as well call them a snitch bitch.
That's true. That's very true. You should change that.
Let's go back to this coffee and tea. Tell me why.
Do you order coffee and tea?
I order a lot of coffee on flights.
Okay. She said you should never do that because the airlines only require the filters to be changed only 2 to 4 times a year. So she said that she never orders anything with water, hot water, cold water. And then she went on to be like, Diet Coke pours way faster than Coke. I was like, wait, I don't give a damn about your Diet Coke pouring skills. That was like her next one. I don't know what it was. She was like, you pour Diet Coke, it's like different than Coke. And I was like, go back to that first thing. Because they just moved.
Are they
right
talking
on.
about the filters that the water comes through, like the water filtration process? System?
She said the filters are changed 4 times a year. That I don't know if that means like the.
It's got to be the filter for the water
or the
water
Keurig.
on the plane. Like it has to be that because it's no way a filter would hold up for 3 months in a coffee machine.
What filter?
Like a coffee filter.
You mean the little paper?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure the water. No, for the water.
Okay.
Yeah. You thought like that paper was.
I was like, wait,
the strongest
at first
paper ever.
I was like, how? Where did they get this from? I do not know what to buy this.
The water, and as someone who has seen roach-infested Keurigs, and like you open the Keurig and there's mold in there, it seems like a pretty good tip for frequent flyers.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna think about this. I think about people who have Britas. Brita water systems and stuff like that. I don't see them really changing theirs maybe more than 5-6 times a year.
You think?
Yeah, because the Brita, like, how long does it last? Is it a monthly?
I thought you had to change that all the time. Do you?
I don't see people. I can see how you should change it every month, but I don't see people changing a Brita
every 60 days.
So that's every 2 months. So that's 6 times a year. And the airline's only required to.
She said 2 or 4.
2 to 4.
Yeah.
And theirs should be stronger because it's industrial versus a residential use.
Well, whatever it looks like, the flight.
I'm trying to justify it because I love coffee on airplanes.
She is a flight attendant, so if she's like, no, I would.
Damn it, I love my coffee.
I would assume. I'm third party. I don't be on planes that much.
I'm trying to justify it, man, because I love coffee.
Just get you some liquor, man. Just get you some.
I'm surprised you didn't say this. Last time I was on a flight, and I had the little bottles of the travel bottles of alcohol because I choose to do that. Even though I get free liquor on Delta all the time and Southwest because I know so many flight attendants. Like I just have these tickets. But at some point, I forgot where I acquired like these 4 bottles of gin. So I just asked for some orange juice and I was pouring in my gin. I had a good time with 2 cups of orange juice and I put the cups inside
Gin
the
and
and I
juice?
put the gin inside the empty bottles in there. And when the flight attendant came around, she grabbed it. And she was like, "You're not supposed to bring your own liquor on a plane, sir."
Oh, it was yours. Okay.
Yeah, it was mine. So she gave me all the attitude with that, and for the rest of the flight, just was really, really nasty to me.
Really?
And I was just like, "Why are you tripping?" Like,
Yeah, I'm
you
already
mad
on the
'cause I
flight.
done spend money with the company that's overcharging me for these little bottles.
Yeah.
Like, why are you even tripping? And I guess it's like I looked it up. And she was like, "It's against protocol to bring liquor." And I looked it up. I didn't see anything that said against it. I did see that it's frowned upon, like strongly frowned upon.
I'm good for a frown.
But I didn't know. Like I've never been told that, and
Right.
I'm just like, I was thirsty.
So did you look it up and find out that they get paid like commission or something?
No, none of that. None, I
So
didn't
she was
see
just
that.
tripping for no reason.
Yeah, she was just trying to.
I don't get it, cause like if it was like, damn, you snuck that on and now I can't get paid, like I
Right.
could see that. But if it's just like you did that happened, it's like you're just gonna
It
be
was
upset.
nothing that came back
I
to
don't
her.
know, yeah, that's super weird.
I don't know. I just thought about this. Like, you remember in Flight when all the liquor had to be accounted for in a mini bar,
Yeah.
and then they found the 2 bottles in the trash can and all of that. So I don't know. Maybe if there's extra bottles of liquor in the trash, I don't know. Maybe somebody has to account for it, and if it doesn't match the count for the inventory, then I don't know.
I think
I'm trying to
that's-
give it it's a stretch.
I think she was being a douche. 'Cause
yeah,
it's
she
like,
probably was.
it seems very believable that somebody on the flight would sneak on some liquor like that. Super
I
easy.
do it all the time.
Yeah, that's super
Especially with like late night flights because I want to get to a level so I can fall asleep easily. And if I try to wait for them to come through with the drink cart, I might as well just stay up the whole damn flight. They be taking their time to come through with that drink cart.
Do you hide your bottles now?
Well, I mean, this is the first time I had ever got caught. But
That's what I'm saying. But since then,
I haven't been on a plane since then. This was my last trip. But I'm going on one more, and guess what I'm doing?
not with coffee though. The other weird
True.
thing she said was bring your own blankets and pillows because they don't be having enough time to wash those sometimes.
I can definitely see that.
They said
I've
they changed
never-
the lining of the pillow, but they never like wash. She doesn't know how often they wash them.
I don't like the blankets look like they never are washed either. They look like they're just stuffed in more plastic and just here you go. So yeah.
They're kind of like stiff looking.
Yeah, I always dress in layers, man. So
You
that
never
way you
used
can
to
take
think?
it off if you get hot. But if you're not, good to go.
I forget the other one. I don't think anything else she said had much impact, but that was
That coffee, that filter thing really threw you for a loop, huh?
Mm-hmm. Which is weird because like I don't be ordering water stuff, but that's just like it just gave me flashbacks to like nasty ass water.
I always like bring my own bottle of water, but if I get anything in it, it's usually like an orange juice or alcohol because I ran out of my own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where you going?
Tomorrow going to SAC. A couple shows up there. You know, and I'll be right back on Sunday. And then a couple weeks later, I'm going to see my sister. She's about to have my second niece or nephew. She doesn't know.
Oh, really?
until yeah.
You said she doesn't know?
Yeah, she doesn't know which one it is. She likes to wait.
And this is your second niece with that sister?
Yeah.
Okay.
Second niece or nephew with that sister, yeah. First one was my nephew. So we'll see.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Have you heard of Move-In Martha?
No, oh, I glanced at this. I want to say yesterday, like this chick wouldn't let 2 people in the apartment or something like that. Called the police. No.
Yep. Guess where you think it is?
I don't know, man. Somewhere in Hollywood.
Yes, California.
Yeah.
I don't know where, but she works at UCLA.
Oh.
She has been dubbed Move-In Martha.
Ooh, the
basically.
nicknames that they give them
Pretty
is
good.
part of the hilarity that
Pretty good.
ensues. Like I love the nicknames, and I hope people never let them live it down.
I mean, I don't know, like, do you think that this is enough to be fired for these kind of like interactions?
I think it depends on the severity of the situation and possibly if any charges were filed. But also, like, it can carry a negative connotation for the employer. So, like, you gotta be careful with
That's
that
true.
type of stuff.
Like, oh, you just hiring racists.
Yeah, man. So,
Well, if you don't know what happened, this was the latest person to be viral for calling the police unnecessarily. So she hasn't been identified, but she basically saw two black people, a black man and a black woman, moving furniture into her apartment building and asked for ID, which is very who are these people that are just
entitlement right there is so mind-boggling. It is so mind-boggling to me.
She was basically like, you have to show me your ID, you have to explain why you're there, all this stuff, and obviously they were just like, no. So she literally stood in the doorway, which, kudos to these black people for showing restraint. But she stood in the way and basically called 911. She was saying stuff like, you're breaking the law, you're on private property, and they were just like, what's the law? What are you talking about? And they were just trying to get, and she was just like, you're trespassing, you're unwilling to show ID, and it's just like, who are you? Go into your
When people do stuff like that, there should be a law set in place.
Yes.
That when you're proven correct and they are false, you are able to sock them out.
Or at least a fine.
Or punch one of their kids. That'd be fun too. Just to punch your kid in the stomach once.
Well, the sad part is that anyone who will do this, you already know, even if they did so much as shoved past her, she'd be, I got assaulted.
Absolutely.
And you saw her. And it's funny because my favorite part about these is that you see them talking to the police and you don't hear the police, but you see it not working. You know what I mean? She's just like, but they're not supposed to be here.
Exactly.
They won't show their IDs. You know what I mean? And then it just dwindled and dwindled down.
Yeah.
And then clearly they were just like, they don't have to do that. You don't have blah, blah, blah. I feel like
you don't have the power to do that.
It makes no sense.
People want to be on Neighborhood Watch so bad. Start one in your neighborhood first.
Right?
Start one in your neighborhood. Create days that y'all have meetings on. Come up with rules. Come up with all of that type of stuff. Bylaws, all that. If you don't have that, who are you? These people are moving in. What is suspicious
That's
about
what I'm
people
saying. You
moving
putting
in?
furniture into a house and sneaking out? I don't get. And it's like, what happened to the lady at the window calling the police?
Yeah.
She could have easily have just done this privately and been like, oh, damn, I'm racist. But they're there's a new level of boldness that's you can't be doing this. Give me your ID. It's this
that confidence,
Rock
man.
Walker,
That's
Texas
the same
Ranger.
confidence it takes to wear all white underwear.
You know what? Oh, I don't have any all white underwear.
No one should. No one's batting 100 when it comes to wiping. You're not wiping that good. No one should own all white underwear.
I used to get a lot of all white boxers, and that was dumb.
It was dumb. Okay? Especially if you drink or smoke, you're never wiping. Unless you're pooping and getting right in the shower, which means you only poop at home, you should not own all white underwear. I'm not buying it. Okay? It's a trip.
These are all good. These are all good techniques.
Those confidence right there. That's the confidence that she had. She can do no wrong. She can poop no draws.
Damn, white underwear is a lot.
Man, I saw this guy one time at the laundromat, and he had a dryer full of white underwear, and they're just tumbling. He was sitting down reading a newspaper while they're tumbling, and it looked like someone threw 3 unwrapped Snickers in that dryer.
Wow.
And he's reading a fucking Thrifty Nickel while this is happening. Not a care in the world.
Thrifty
I was
Nickel?
like, that's confidence.
So wait, there was boo-boo in the wash?
No, they were stained underwear. It just looked like he had them for a while or for a day and just really didn't make good decisions with them. But
Poop stains, lose all credibility.
oh, I don't trust you.
If Beyonce had a poop stain, I'd be like,
Was she really representing for the single ladies?
she'd be like a 6 or 7 after that.
And the crazy thing is that everybody has done it at one point in their life, but
Just don't get caught.
Don't get caught, man.
Don't get caught.
Don't get caught.
It's like blood too. You ever see blood stains in a girl's underwear? It's I get that this happens, but fam.
What's worse is the smell. You ever call somebody on a bad day and you be like,
What makes a bad smelling
vagina?
you think? What?
I think just pH being off.
No, I know that, but I'm saying what? This is a horrible question. What is the difference between just it's just a pungent vagina and this does not smell good?
I think the intensity of it. Like I think everybody has their own smell. Like even I can wash my balls, get out the shower, do nothing but just lay down for an hour, and then just scratch the ball, smell like that's me. That's my normal scent right there. Right. I ain't done nothing. I ain't sweated. I just have a normal. I think like when it's just like that, like that's the normal. But when you like if you down there and it just smells like. Have you ever? There was this sushi spot that burnt down, and like all the fish heads and stuff in the back hadn't been cleared out before it burnt down, and then they never came to pick it up. So like I was walking to this little club, and the restaurant was at the end of the corner, and when you walk past it just smelled like a fish graveyard.
Wow, that's
it
awful.
Was, but in the heat of summer.
Yeah,
a fish graveyard in the heat of summer.
Hot fish, and
there was no wind blowing, so it's just right there. If when it smells like that, she's finna die.
When it smells like that,
she's probably going to die.
Damn. Yeah, there's I feel like everybody has the same thought when you get the first
whiff. Mm-hmm. He was like, maybe that was something else.
Well, I mean, it's either one of three things. It's either like, oh, okay, she's cool, or it's just like, oh, okay, that's a smell. It's not bad, but it's not a smell. And then there's, I shouldn't be down here.
This was a mistake.
Oh, I have to learn.
I wish there was always like a little box so you could break glass in case of emergency.
Oh my god, a bad pussy glass.
Just get out of there. Just turn the floor to a slide and just get out of there.
You said that you like up front inspect, right? Like not even like secretly, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'll turn the light on. We're doing this with the lights on. Let me check this out first.
How did that work? Like how would that even work?
I mean, you know, you could play it off like going down there like you're about to set it off, kiss a little thigh, and while you're down there, just inspect it. I'll put my camera on. No, don't record me. I ain't recording you. I'm seeing what I'm finna eat. Play it like that. You know, say it in a joking voice, but be dead ass serious. I'm literally saying what I'm finna put my mouth on. If you got a problem with that, then I got a problem with that.
And then you're just like, nope. And then you just kind of cancel. No thanks.
I'll be like, oh, this is different. You want to explain that? Nah, Shawty, that's not a hair bump. That's nope, not with that cluster right there. I'm good. And it's dip. I've never been in that situation, but I was just saying, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with like just saying no. Because as a guy, I know it's untraditional. I know it's taboo. I know you walk through mud, you can walk through blood and all of that. But at any point, if you can walk through mud, you can fuck through blood. That's guys that say when they smash chicks on their period. But my thing is that at any point in the entire process, if a chick says no and you don't stop, it is rape. And if you could respect that, then they should be able to respect you saying, I'm cool on this.
Okay, that's where you're going with that.
Yep, at any point. At any point. Hey, we already naked, candles lit. I go down there and see something like, ooh, I'm cool on this.
So is there a situation where you'd cancel out the oral but still smash?
If I already got the condom on, I'm seeing it through.
So obviously if a cluster is... canceled. But if it was just like a smell, is there any?
I'm gonna see it through. I'm gonna breathe through my mouth.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I think I want to say
waste not, want not, Patrick.
I want to say I didn't agree with the smell and still went through it, and at least once in my life.
I definitely did in college. I definitely did in college, but. The worst is when you don't smell it first and you already like strokes in and then you be like,
this is awful.
What is that? Because that's when you like, what do I do to get out of this situation? This is where I need to break in case of emergency. Because I've been in that in like college and I just was like, I didn't know what to do and who to talk to about it after it was done. Like, who do you talk to about this? What is the proper way to get out of that scenario?
And then those are probably the ones that are talking shit like, yeah, you like this.
I wish you would have given me that out. Like,
it expired.
Is it good to you? I was just going to say, it smelled like it's expired.
It went bad. When was your date? 3 months ago.
It is not a polite way to say you stink, but I mean, I don't know, man. I've always just been an extra careful person. Like I will, if I knew something was about to go down, I always wash up first. And like pull that skin back, get under that mushroom tip, man. Y'all be walking around here with that
skin back.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's where that sweat lies, man. You gotta clean that dick off, man.
But I mean, it's good advice. Obviously, we're two men, so we only talked about it from one perspective. But I'm sure there's been a lot of females who went down there and it just smelled
horrible. Balls be stinking,
worst.
Bro.
Probably more. That probably happens more to y'all than us.
Balls be stinking. Dudes just be out here trying to smash after the club. You stink.
That's what I'm saying. I do not like the idea of having smelly balls when someone's down there.
You. No, thank you.
Although I knew it was bad down there and let it happen before. Well, shit, if she's a trooper, then she's a trooper. Well, I'm not gonna be like, no, unhand me.
I've tried to stop drinking. Well, let me wash that real quick. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they
I can't kiss you now.
Does that make a difference if you showered?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I ain't got all day on me.
All day.
Yeah, I can't be walking around all day on me and eyes on your lips. Now you talking about give me a kiss. Oh, wait a minute.
I mean, you know what? This is guy. I mean, we're already in awful land.
We are. This went so far. From moving Martha to all day balls.
Moving Martha. Yeah.
Jesus
that
Christ.
Is where it started. Ladies, even if no butt eating or anal is happening, clean your butt. Clean your butthole. Cause I don't know if this is just a universal guy thing, but like whenever you hit from the back, at some point.
Yep. I could do you one better.
At some point, you're gonna smell the butthole, and I don't know if women understand that because it happens almost every time. They're just like, "Oh, there it is." Mm-hmm. It's not like "Oh God," unless you just shit. But like, it was hard to say.
Been going 69 before, and saw that she just had one movement.
No way, you were down there already.
I mean, she was on me. And I'm like, no, Ma, Charmin, you're not supposed to do that.
Oh, toilet tissue
crumbs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant boo-boo crumbs.
Oh, no, not the boo-boo crumbs.
I almost threw up into my own body.
No.
That's bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
Do you think there's any? I don't know anything.
There was no polite way to say.
Could that be from peeing though?
No, not that high up, fam.
High up?
It was in the cheeks, my boy. It was in the cheeks.
Oh, they don't do front to back, right? What's the rule?
It's
front
to back.
Right. Okay.
Right.
So you don't think that could?
No, man. That was a boo-boo wipe. He's in the bedroom.
That's my new dog, McLaren, guys.
Yeah.
What's it called? Damn. That's a horrible.
Yeah.
That was a horrible.
Hey, let's flip this over. Let's switch.
Oh, you switch. You kept going.
Yeah, I was already committed. I didn't hold it against it. It's human. Just next time use wipes, shawty. But I mean, this was back when people weren't. Yeah, this is back when people weren't walking around with these, but still.
You will never guess how Move-In Martha ended. The saga.
I think the last thing we were on was pungent smells of ass in the air.
Yeah, but just to
really back in.
Guess how she exited.
Hopefully by getting arrested.
No, I mean that's white women. We can only wish. She apparently her argument deteriorated on the phone, and she literally looked at these people and was like, "Well, you guys are blocking me." And they were like, "Oh, so we're blocking you now?" She was like, "Well, you were," and just walks away. And they were just like, "You look stupid, blah, blah, blah." She just walked. She had hella dogs. And she was just like, "Well, you're blocking me." She left. She gave her trump card.
She left
to
in
the
a
max.
huff, in a tizzy. Just for no reason at all. Like, nothing was accomplished there. Like, the people still moving in. You just look dumb.
Everybody's day was held up by your foolishness.
Oh my god!
By your absolute foolishness.
Typically, I say bless your little heart, but I'm not even blessing the heart.
Just.
You got nothing.
Just do something else.
Be better.
Just do something else.
Just be better people.
She literally held up everybody's day instead of just going to your house and be racist behind closed doors. Don't involve us in it, all right?
Ask yourself what would Mr. Rogers do, okay? Mr. Rogers had no scandals.
Really, his whole career?
Whole career, man. No scandals.
Huh. You'd think it was the ones you never suspect, like Pee Wee Herman. Pee Wee Herman was kind of a rapey show.
He was kind of eclectic.
It was kind of weird. If you look back at it, it was like, I think there's a clip that went viral that was like, yo, what was this show? Because I think the girl like mentioned something about like her undressing, and he was just like, can I come? And all these like things, and all these things were like making noises. Like, can I watch? Like it was just, I don't know. That was a very
it was a
person.
lot. I don't trust anybody who wears the same thing over and over again. That's a human.
Or a bow tie. Oh, you wear bow ties.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about like the suit, the gray suit and the white shirt.
Right. I was just saying, don't trust anybody in a bow tie, but you got a bow tie.
Yeah, I mean, I don't wear bow ties anymore though. I ain't wore a bow tie in years.
That's what he says. All right, so now we are down at the conspiracy corner. I don't even know if I want to do a song for this one, man.
Hold on, let me just clarify something. So we're working on a new show too, because if you're a true fan, you probably noted some inconsistencies with the set. Obviously, I have a water now. Didn't before we took a break.
Oh yeah.
And also my grill is out. So just know that we're working on something really special for you guys. So that's why you see the continuity has been jeopardized or challenged a little bit. But
it's a food show.
And it is delicious.
The show is delicious. It's literally a delicious show. All right, so now we're going to go into some truly, truly mind and world flipping stuff right now.
Okay. We got to do the song. It goes without saying. The song
all right, let's do the song. I mean, I'm a little flustered at this one, but I'll try my best.
Here we go.
Some people think that the earth may be hollow, and that is the explanation for hell and all these religious things that are going on. Oh, is our earth hollow? Oh, is there something in it besides dirt and snow? Dirt and snow. Hey, ho, there might be something at the core that is yellow. Oh, it might be the sun. Oh, it might be the devil. Oh, shit. We should start doing producer tags. You did make the beat.
When you said huh, I was like, okay, we're doing Maybach music. Maybach music.
Rick Ross is a hilarious person. All right. So today, again, is the conspiracy is brought to you by your boy Nick Hinton, who's the conspiracy guy on Twitter.
Oh, this is that guy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorite guys who I follow. Uh-huh. This conspiracy is called Hollow Earth. So, I'm going to take it back all the way to the 1600s. You ever heard of the Halley's Comet? Halley's Comet,
yep.
So, Edmund Halley was an English astronomer, geophysicist, mathematician, meteorologist. He's basically a brilliant person. Mm-hmm. He constructed his own observatory and discovered Halley's Comet, which is now named after him. Okay? So, that's just to say he was a very smart person. Okay? Mm-hmm. This is who believed in this theory, just in case you think it is nonsensical. So, because of anonymous compass readings that couldn't be explained by the standard model, he theorized that the world must be a series of spheres within spheres or shells, all spinning in different directions, which surrounded a central core. So you have our crust, and then beneath it, you have another sphere. Beneath that, you have another sphere, right? Mm-hmm. He also said that between each shell was a luminous atmosphere, so there was light, capable of supporting life. Later, scientists like Leonard Euler and Sir John Leslie proposed that the central core was just a small sun. So the reason why people think that it's hollow and full of vegetation is there's two entrances to the Earth's interior, one at the North Pole and one at the South Pole. So we already did the Antarctica theory, so there's some connections here. Basically, the portal might be the way into the Earth. This message was so popular, he was actually able to convince enough people in Congress to get a vote on funding for an expedition to the North Pole, and this would prove his theories to be facts, but the vote did not turn out in his favor. But he got enough people in Congress interested in this to that it was a possibility, which is huge.
But wait. Okay, at this point, we're saying
there are two entryways to the core of the Earth.
That's what he
North
said at the
Pole
time.
and South Pole.
Yeah.
South Pole. And he also believes that the Earth is not solid, but it's a series of spheres.
Series of spheres that like layers.
Yeah, but they're all turning in different directions. Like,
I guess so, yeah. And there's been a lot. I'm sure you've seen a lot of popular culture of Journey to the Center of the Earth,
Right.
The goddess of Avatbar, all that kind of stuff. And I guess it explains the underworld in almost every culture. Basically, all of these cultures have sayings of underworld or a hell. Dante's Inferno describes hell as being made up of multiple layers, which he called circles, and he had to climb his way out. And basically Christianity has this, Muslim has this, Aztecs have this, Vikings had this, Hindus and Buddhists all had different versions of some type of underworld, and it wasn't a godly thing, because even in Greek mythology, heroes would adventure to hell all the time.
Last week it was a cube, though. Last week the cube was the most famous shape around the world.
What
now,
shape? What
the
shape?
cube.
What's this shape?
Remember, this is a sphere. Now we're talking about the spheres.
Oh, well, no. In other cultures, they have an underworld or a hell. Sphere isn't a popular shape. That's just the format of everything.
Okay.
The sphere is more going in between universes and parallel dimensions. So crazy another thing is that people are thinking that things like the Giza pyramids, the Himalayan mountains, all these things, you can see like there's a little tunnel through it, could potentially be pathways into these like sort of like entrances. And if you would think about an entrance into the world, you would kind of think pyramid, or these like, there's like these mosques that are run by monks in these random mountains. But yeah, it says that there's a French occultist that had the first reliable source to claim there was an entrance into the subterranean realm called Agartha, and it was in the Himalayas.
That's where they make salt.
Yes, it is. And Tibetan Buddhists had been talking about such a place for a much longer time than that. So it's kind of crazy. This goes pretty deep. There's like, a bunch of conspiracies about government military bases miles below the ground. But yeah, they're just saying that this is where, reptilians were experimenting on humans. There was this guy who was named Philip Schneider, who was giving a bunch of talks about this. And in his lectures, he would literally say, "I will never kill myself. There's no reason for me to kill myself." Later on, he was found suicided. But
Really?
Yeah. So
That's crazy that you're working on something that's so controversial.
You're like, yo.
that you have to make that announcement. Hey,
I'm not going to kill myself.
things are never that bad that I will kill myself.
If it
I
happens,
can catch AIDS, cancer, and my wife will leave me all on the same day. I'm gonna see it through. So
if you find me, nigga, it was not me. I
Here's
didn't
my
do it.
one thing with the multiple spheres conspiracy. They have yet to explore. I want to say something like 88% of the oceans or something like that. So we don't know how deep it is, but we know it goes pretty deep.
Yeah.
So for there to be a bottom of something that vast and deep, how would it leave room for multiple spheres inside of?
Well, the ocean's
Ireland?
bottom doesn't touch the crust. We know that there's layers on, like in science class, you see that there's the crust and then there's the layer underneath. The crust is the bottom of the ocean, maybe not even that. So I think that even the bottom of the ocean doesn't take you to that next layer. And I would assume all that science is based on people who aren't in on this secret. You know what I mean?
Because I'm like, how does something survive on a different sphere underneath the top level? There's no light that gets through it.
Well, we would assume they might not be human.
But how?
But that's the thing. No, they're luminous. They say that the in between is luminous and could support water and vegetation.
How?
I have no idea. I just found this out this
Is
morning.
the crust that thick that if the core of the Earth is the sun, it can heat those multiple spheres outside of the top level, but it can't heat the top level because of the crust?
I don't
but
know.
then that would make
What about
like,
volcanoes? That explains volcanoes, kind of.
But yeah, but like with a volcano, when it reaches a certain point, it erupts. If that heat is trapped in there and our crust is preventing it from getting outside of, let's say, the other 5 spheres inside of underneath our level, then it should be an oven, and nothing should be able to survive.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know the science behind it, but apparently, like, even the Nazis thought this. Every time there's a weird, like, world conspiracy, the Nazis are in on it because they made strange expeditions to Antarctica, but they coincidentally also made a trip to the Himalayas. And they believed that the Earth was hollow, and that's where Hitler wanted to escape. There's even evidence to suggest this. There's records documenting their experiments, testing to see if the world was actually concave. So,
I don't know,
Hollow
man.
Earth, y'all. Explains hell.
Who would want to know all the secrets of the earth?
I don't know, but if that's one of them, that just blows your mind all over the place. I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I hate it. Because when I heard about it, I was like, that's ridiculous. And then I was just like,
But is it?
if you connect that to the Antarctica thing, and then you think about the pyramids being an entrance and why they're so guarded for some reason, and then you start thinking about all these depictions of this hell, this underworld that you can sometimes, like, for Christianity, I just thought it was some you died and went there, but like there's hella myths about just somebody like, I'm gonna go to hell real quick, or Jesus went to hell and got a key or something, right? I don't know what happened. He got a sword down there.
That's what I want to know. I want to know the stuff that, like, through years of research and science cannot be explained. I feel like hell hasn't been explored enough or confirmed enough for them, but like the pyramids, Stonehenge, the 5 heads in
Easter Island?
yeah.
That's what weirds me out. Cultures that did not communicate, but were doing the same stuff.
Yeah.
They had the same cultures. They were building pyramids. Like, they all had a Satan. They all had an underworld. It's just like, when you start thinking of that, it's like, oh, maybe something's connected. But I don't know. I just like throwing it out there.
You scary.
You scary as hell. Well, let us know what you think about the Hollow Earth theory and Moving Martha and Washing Your Butthole and all the just variety of things we talked about today.
It was a plethora.
It's usually a plethora.
That's a lot.
It's usually a plethora. But thank you guys for watching another episode of Damn Internet You Scary. Halloween is coming up, so I hope you guys are getting spooky. Make sure you guys sign up for our Patreon for bonus episodes. And we got a brand new show coming out for you guys, so we will be doing something else besides the podcast on the Damn Internet You Scary channel.
Bye. And just a quick update. This is what the shirt looks like without the end.
No ends.
So these are the shirts that are going out. Shirts have been shipped out by the time you see this. They should arrive to those of you all who ordered. Some of you guys will already have your shirts by the time you see this. So thank you again so much for that, because cannot do it without you guys. And we got new shirts on the way. We'll let you know up to date on that.
No more ends like how Moving Martha wants it. Get it?
So bad.